Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Real Talks One podcast. We are joining today to discuss some of the developments, especially in the IT industry across the world. And yet again, we are in the middle of May, and by now, there have been so many layoffs that have been announced that are rocking the entire tech industry. And if you have followed some of the earlier podcasts that I have made as well, I clearly indicated by the looks of it, it seems like even the 2025 will also result in quite a few layoffs. And lo and behold, it's already happening in huge numbers. As you can see, without further ado, let me go through some of the major layoffs that are publicly announced in over the last few days that are making rounds, disrupting the life of many people. So Volvo laid off 900 people, IBM did 9,000 people, Infosys let go of 240 people, Google did another round in marketing, advertising, and sales, in about 200 people in their global department. Intel did 23,000. Microsoft warned about PIPs that is happening, and I think this news came out publicly. But pretty much all big tech and other companies are doing a lot of PIPs, and generally people who become the PIP fodder, it's very hard to tell how many of them have been let go. But when the layoff news comes in, these are the ones that get published, and you get to know about them. But if there are secret firings or PIPs, etc., it's very hard to tell exactly how many number of people got impacted. But let me just tell you very clearly, this secret layoffs and PIPs, forced resignation and all, have been happening in huge bulk from last 2.5 years, and it is still continuing. In fact, this phenomena is even more prevalent in the Indian market here, because companies tend seldom do public layoffs, etc., but they basically force people out. A lot of people whom I'm talking to are out of jobs. Many of them have returned back from the US, are having hard time finding a role in India. Many people with stellar background, like having IITs, IIMs as a colleges, and even I have seen people who have worked for various big tech and FANG companies, including Google, Meta, Microsoft, Amazon, etc., are having a very hard time. So this should tell you that situation is extremely bleak. Companies continue to keep doing layoffs, and this series of layoffs is not ending anytime soon. It is just ramping up. So as I said that, more recently, Meta laid off another 100 people, Axis Bank 100 senior employees. Then you had a host of other companies, PayPal, PwC got rid of 1,500 people. Then you had GE. Then Microsoft did a 2K layoff, and then they followed it up with another 7K layoff. And this happened in the matter of like weeks. So they did, I think, 2K towards the end of April, early May, and just recently they did another 6K. So in total, you can say close to 8 to 9K is what they laid off in the last few weeks. Microsoft China by itself has done another 2K layoff in China division itself. CrowdStrike, the company, was infamous for one of the security breaches that struck down many airlines and many companies, I think last year. Also let go of 500 people. Then we had Expedia, the travel company, did a layoff. Nissan is letting go of 20,000 people, Panasonic another 10,000 people. All in all, see, we are already in the middle of May. If you just go by the amount of layoff that is happening, is humongous, right? Again, we are back to huge numbers where people are being let go in thousands. We're not talking about few hundreds here and there, but we have seen numbers as thousands, 10,000s, 20,000s, and all. So I think situation is not stabilized yet. A lot of layoff is happening, and you will understand that people who have been working in the company for a long period of time, people who are freshers, uh, people that are kind of in management position or senior positions, it just doesn't matter. Some companies are specifically targeting middle managers like senior managers, directors, senior directors, etc. Then they're letting go of individual contributors. So you have all sorts of people that are getting laid off. Most of these layoffs are happening in the headquarters in the US, but across the board, across the world, including India, Europe, and all, few pockets of layoffs are basically all over the place. So that's the basically the real news that is going on. I wish I had another news, but this is a reality, and on this channel, we categorically speak what happens. We share the latest news, we educate people, and this is part of the education series that this is going on. So you have to be very careful. You have to be extra cautious and see around your company, see for evidences, see for some kind of signs and signals, what is happening, so that you can take appropriate actions. Let me read couple of comments as well. Casual gaming is the Microsoft layoff managers. Okay, are these layoffs of experienced employees or freshers? So they have not made any distinction actually. It is all over the place. They have not specifically targeted managers as such. So it's a kind of a mix of all. The some of the social media news that is coming along is that there are so many experienced people, including directors who are being laid off in this Microsoft layoff. But across the board, right now these layoffs that are going on are indiscriminate. So you have people from a couple of years of experience to people with 15 to 20 years of experience as well. So you have whole host of layoffs that are going on, and it's, as I said, not only limited to Microsoft. So you have Google, you have Meta, Amazon, all companies are doing that, right? And so, what I would say is that be prepared. You don't know what is going to happen next. As it is, you have seen that a lot of macroeconomic uncertainties all over the world. Um, Let me read another question. Casual gaming. Is this all due to AI or something else that we don't know? See, a lot of companies are using AI as a alibi, and I have also made several podcasts talking about what AI is good at, what AI is not good at, and some of these layoffs are maybe due to like efficiency improvements due to AI, but I doubt the amount of layoffs that are happening and the numbers. These are all due to AI. Mostly, I believe these are for restructuring purposes, wherein they are trying to improve the operational efficiencies of the companies by letting go of people. And if anyone who has worked in corporate would know that many companies run multiple different projects that are kind of wasteful in nature. Many projects are also experimental in nature, whereby they invest a lot of money, but those projects do not actually bring any ROI. So at any given point of time, almost 5 to 10% of the projects across the board in the company are going to fit into this category actually, which are either wasteful, or they do not have ROI, or they are not properly staffed, like they have overstaffing and things along those lines, or sometimes there are just duplicate projects across the company. So if any company does a exercise of wasteful removal of resources, they'll be easily able to cull off 5 to 10% of the people, like right away. That's kind of a no-brainer. So I think that is the more important thing that is going on right now, I believe, which is what companies are finding these wasteful resources, or some of the projects that are not bringing any ROI. Those are the ones that are getting impacted. But having seen that many of the layoffs are also happening across the board, some of the companies are now focused on bringing in like low performers and pushing them out. So it's a kind of a spectrum of things. You cannot point out one thing. So maybe AI is a contributor, but I have yet to see real kind of enterprise leverage of AI. A lot of people are experimenting with it in on personal levels. A lot of people are improving their performance. I also use it on a regular basis. In certain areas, it does give me some benefit. In other areas, it does not give that much of a benefit. So it's a kind of a mix and match, right? Each and every person will have different kind of an outcome from leveraging AI in their own daily schedule and workflows. But at a corporate level, I have yet to see some mass level AI deployment that are really creating big ROI just yet. Having said that, I don't mean to say that in future also AI will not bring that differentiation and leverage for enterprises and companies. It will definitely bring, but at least at this point of time, I have not seen major deployment that are actually bringing in revenue or the right ROI, that people will really invest very heavily in AI and let go of all the people and just do the work with the AI. Even though we have seen like Microsoft and Google, Meta, and others saying that 20% of the code or 30% of the code is now being built by AI, and hence they do not need any software engineers to work upon that. Those are, I think, rhetorics. I will only believe this when I really see any real product which is completely built through AI and does not involve any software developer. So I've yet to see those kind of examples, but that doesn't mean that in future this cannot happen, right? I've already made some podcasts that talk about how by end of this decade, basically by 2030 and all. So those kind of things can happen. Those kind of things can happen. Just wait a second. I'll have to like pick my son. Just wait a second. So basically, what I'm saying is we have to be very very careful as to. मेरे को दे देते हैं. इधर दे दो. We have to be very very careful with. Sorry, my son is crying. I have to lift him up. So basically, we have to be very careful with how things are happening and where this is going to lead us. But fact of the matter remains that right now we are in a very mixed phase where a lot of narratives are coming in, and AI narrative is coming in. Other narratives are around like efficiency improvement, but I think there is a combination of things. One is the combination of thing is that lot of efficiency is being driven right now. Companies are focusing on efficiency. Companies are also focusing on right sizing their companies, meaning they are eliminating experimental projects or projects that were duplicates, or they're also culling off so-called low performers, right? I mean, as you know, if you have been working in corporate, they try to put like 5 to 10% of the people as the low performers. So some are low performers, some are people working on wasteful projects, some are working on just duplicate projects. So all those kind of things are happening, which are basically resulting in these layoffs. And I think there is some narrative building also that AI is being used, and maybe that is causing the layoff. I think right now AI is not that big a driver. Most of these companies are actually going to benefit from people leveraging their AI products, right? So whether it is Amazon or Meta, Google, Microsoft, Nvidia, etc., they all build enterprise products of AI and want to sell these products out. So if they are not going to give a narrative that these products are helping them out, how are they going to sell these products to their customers, right? So that's going on. I don't think AI narrative at this point of time is so strong in reality, but a lot of companies are using that as an excuse to let go of people. Let me read a couple of more comments. Sudarshan Dash, I know tech market is really bad. How about industrial engineering, manufacturing jobs to be specific? I mean, in India, I don't think you have very strong industrial engineering or manufacturing as such. In the US, though, you do have good set of manufacturing and those abilities. But I certainly believe that we will see this kind of cooling across the board, right? It's not just limited to tech, because there is a lot of macroeconomic uncertainty thanks to Mr. Trump with his tariffs and all that kind of U-turns that he's doing. So that is actually causing a lot of heartburn and trouble. So that's what I would say about manufacturing. So Sudarshan Dash, I'm planning to do a master's in industrial engineering, Six Sigma, master in supply chain. How is the job market in these fields which are non-tech? I don't think these are non-tech actually. If you see any kind of retail or e-commerce play. You do have a lot of supply chain management, last mile delivery, warehousing, and all. So it's kind of logistics, supply chain, retail, e-commerce. They're kind of related. So you cannot say that these are unrelated to tech, because tech is now everywhere. Like you can't do any kind of supply chain or Six Sigma, etc. Without tech. Actually, everywhere it happens. Um, so I would say that first of all, those opportunities do not have that many opportunities. Maximum number of opportunities are available in the tech. So if tech goes down, it basically considerably drops a lot of opportunities across the board. So that's something that you need to be able to understand. Second off, I have been seeing repeated, reports whereby we are seeing that a lot of freshers are having very hard time. People who have done MS and even across IITs and IIMs, 20%, 30% of students are not getting any placements. Same is even true for Harvard and Stanford and those kind of graduates as well in the US. Many of them are finding very hard time getting their first job in the US. So if I were you, I'll be very careful of making those investments in MS and going to the US at this point of time, because already 2.5 years have passed. Even 2025 has become a bad year. A lot of people who are graduating in fall, basically around like July, August time frame, etc., will have again very hard time finding any kind of opportunity, especially in the US. Even in India, we are seeing a lot of people getting offers revoked. That kind of problem is still across the board. So we have to be very, very careful about that as well. Let me read another question. Casual gaming. Sudarshan Dash, for manufacturing to grow properly, government needs to fix the inefficiency and corruption first. Very rightly said. I think this is true for India. This doesn't apply for the US though, but yes, for India, that is the problem for sure. Um, Last, I would just say, hang in there. Already 2.5 years have passed. I'm sure there must be some bright light after this kind of lull that we have seen for the last 2.5 years. Um, as I said, I've talked to so many people in the US. I'm talking to so many people here in the India as well. But fact of the matter is that the market has completely changed. It has become a completely employer's market. Interviews are very, very hard. Everyone is trying to look for the next unicorn. In addition to this, first of all, any job that comes on LinkedIn, you immediately see there are thousands or hundreds of people that apply to a job within the first hour of its posting. So even the companies become overwhelmed because there are just so many applications. So for them also, it is very difficult to sort out candidates. So many times, even good candidates are being left because the job boards are so overwhelmed with a supply of candidates that many good candidates are not being interviewed as well. So it's just a numbers game now, or you should know somebody who can refer you, through which you can get an interview and possibly you can crack that. So that's what is going on. My recommendation is that hang in tight, try to avoid any unnecessary expenses, cut down on your discretionary spending, try to save as much money as possible. Make sure that your emergency funding is up and right. If you have any health insurance and other kind of insurances, make sure their premiums are paid. You never know how long this dry spell is going to run. As I said, 2.5 years have already passed. I have no doubt in my mind the whole of 2025 will be almost similar like this. And in addition to this, whenever you have these kind of, I've already covered about the war between Pakistan and India, the macroeconomic tariffs also have covered. Uh, these things are also going to add to uncertainty, and this will impact the hiring and the investments that companies are going to make. So I hope this was an enjoyable session for all of you. You might have learned a couple of things. If you like this session, please like it, share it, and subscribe it. Do let me know what are the other topics you would like for me to cover. I'll be happy to do that. Till then, take care, spend time with family, eat right, exercise, and we'll get back to you soon with yet another episode. Take care. Have a nice